Hi, we want to show you Secret Agent Society because it helps so many kids with autism to enjoy life more. I'm Michael, and this is my friend Sharan.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ann, and it is so good to meet you.
Absolutely. And what we're going to do is we're going to try and show you the most abbreviated, short overview of Secret Agent Society that we can. Sharan, just while I'm sharing my screen, what's your favorite thing that you see kids developing in Secret Agent Society?
Confidence. Our kids develop some confidence because we break down some formulas. We break down social situations and things. They develop confidence because these skills that they once didn't have, they know what to do in certain situations, which is great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's so true. Because confidence has to be built on skills. I can psych myself up. People will like me. People will like me. But if I haven't got new skills, nothing's going to change. Okay, so we actually give the skills. Okay, let's have a look. Session one, we give the skills of how to read what others are thinking. Because remember, Secret Agent Society, your child's a secret agent. That's what makes learning these skills fun. So we do that by teaching our kids how to recognize facial expressions. I think there's 12 different facial expressions. So we can tell what emotion someone's feeling and then telling them, putting them in a spot where they know then what to do next. So if Sherry Ann and I both give a fearful look, what would we look like? Hold on, let me just stop my screen share for a minute. If you and I look fearful, we'd look like that or something. If when I see Sherry Ann looking fearful, what's my response? My response might be to ask her, "Are you okay?" you know so session one's all about how to read people and how to imagine, wonder maybe what they're thinking, by their facial expressions and by their tone of voice. you know
And their
um
body language too.
yeah, absolutely. And Sharon, I guess with session one, what's the big take home for kids from session one?
They've just met a whole bunch of people. They've learned that emotions are totally normal. We see them everywhere.
Okay, that's awesome. Actually, this course covers two main areas. One is emotional regulation, which is how do I stay calm and how do I stay brave, even if things are not going the way I want them to go. And the second part of this course is friendship skills. So session one, how do I read people? Session two actually is what you just said, dealing with how do I handle my emotions. Okay, so what is it in session two that jumps out at you as the most important things around happiness, anger, and anxiety, Sharon?
We're learning to read ourselves, and we're learning to read what happens in my body when certain situations happen, and what is the degree of severity for me.
Yep, no worries. That makes sense. So say with this picture here, it's not very zoomed in, but people feeling anxious. It's like, okay, if I'm anxious, what happens in my body? My breathing goes up, my muscles get a bit tense, my shoulders slump, that's how I know I'm feeling anxious. How anxious am I feeling? Scale of 1 to 10. We work out, all right, if I'm 7 out of 10 anxious, I need to talk to someone. If I'm only 2 out of 10 anxious, I can just go play Lego and I'll feel better, and so that's pretty helpful. Also, the idea that anxiety or anger or happiness or any other emotion, there's not, I'm not in trouble. Everyone has emotions. Emotions are helpful.
This is normal.
It's normal. We just want to harness that. Let's have a look. Sharon, session three. Oh, I love this one. Strategies for hard days. What
Mm.
what's the real purpose of session three?
We're putting tools in our kids' tool belt to help them know what to do when they're having a tricky day, when they've got high levels of anger and anxiety, but also when they have low to medium levels of anger or anxiety.
Yeah, that's right. And we give them this course gives your child about 12 different skills around emotional regulation. And this is just two of them. This one's one of my favorites here, the helpful thought zapper, the idea that, I don't know, if I'm walking along and I break my cup because it dropped out of my hands, that doesn't mean that, most kids are going to say to themselves, I'm dumb or I'm stupid, I'm such an idiot, where the helpful thought zapper is one of the strategies for reframing that into, oh, I broke the cup. Oh, what now? I better get mum. So that it's not about me being stupid. It's about, oh, what now? Which is pretty helpful. And then session four, Sherry Ann, I'm just going to share my screen. Friendships. What is it that's so helpful for kids around
There are
friendships?
different levels of friendship, and knowing what we're looking for in a friend is the beginning of that. We talk about what are the qualities I look for in a friend. Do I look for honesty? Do I look for kindness? Do I look for someone who likes Minecraft? what is it I look for? And then we talk about the different types of friendship and what details and what things you might do and say to someone who is a kind of friend as opposed to someone who's a best friend. And we look at everything from strangers all the way through to best friends.
That's really good, because a lot of the time our kids get pushback from their peers at school because they're relating to people as close friends when actually those kids are not close friends. So you can't relate like that. And also, if you know what you're looking for in a friend, you know, are you looking for someone to play sport with, or are you looking for someone to sit in the library with? Well, if you know what you're wanting in a friend, what sort of friend you enjoy, then you can go out and find people that match that, which is really powerful. I wish we had more than a moment to tell you about it. What else? Session 5 around the negotiation skills and how we make decisions,
how do
conversational
we solve problems,
skills, social
problems.
Yeah. What do you find most impacting for the kids that you work with, Sharon, on this one?
It's recognizing that social problems can be caused by anyone. It could be me, or it could be something being done to me. Knowing that's the case helps our kids to recognize that there are some things in them that might need to change, but also things might have to change from someone else too.
That's right. And if there's like a social mess, it's not because I'm broken. It's just, oh, let's work through this, or let's try with someone else different today, and maybe try back with that friend another day. I love in this as well. We teach your child how to negotiate. You know, Sharon, if she wants to play at the library and I want to play at the Oval, imagine if you're like 10 years old, then it's like, well, we can negotiate that. You know, like, where could we play that we're both happy? We can end up going and playing basketball, the basketball court, or, you know, or do something different. But negotiation, we teach your child about 10 different negotiation strategies so that they've got some tools in the tool belt, so that when Sharon says, I want to go to the library, and I'm like, I want to go to the Oval, we don't just have an argument. And I don't go, oh, Sharon must hate me because she doesn't do what I want to do. That we actually have a way forward on that. A pro tip there, though, is that when your child starts using negotiation skills, I'll use it with you at home. And it'll be more manipulation than negotiation, because it'll be very self-focused, what I want. Whereas we teach our kids over a period of time that negotiation is actually about what helps everyone, not just what helps you. Wow, we talk about covering something briefly. That was brief. Sharon, what about session 6, where of Secret Agent Society?
Session 5 and 6 really go hand in hand. So session 5, we've looked at the conversation code. What I love about session 5 and 6 is that session 6, the play code, the first few steps are the same as the conversation code. So we're breaking down what happens when I'm entering play or when I'm entering a conversation. If it goes well, what do I need to do? How do I involve myself in that? How do I actually stand back and listen and figure out what's happening in that situation before? So even before we join a conversation or we join play, we're looking to see, oh, is this likely to be successful or not? And then what happens if it doesn't go well? Because the reality for our kids and for me and for you is that 50% of the time we're going to be rejected. That's just what happens. And so handling that rejection well is a top skill. And it's a skill that all of our leaders need to have. And our kids are leaders. They're going to be great leaders.
Absolutely. And that's the whole nature of Secret Agent Society. Your child's becoming a secret agent. You know, they're someone who has something of value to offer the world. You know, they're not a consumer of resources. They're someone who helps the world. You know, as your child starts to view themselves that way, that really changes things. And like you're saying, you know, sometimes we will feel rejected and sometimes we will feel valued. Like, what's the formula? If I go to integrate with, you know, Sherry Ann's group, she's there with her friends, say, you know, we're all 10 years old. And I'm like, you know, let's hang out. And they're like, no, go away. Well, what's the formula? What do I do then? Yeah. You know, I then need to say the formula is, oh, no worries at all. I'll catch you another day. And then I go off and I'll find someone different to play with, because it's okay. You know, and then let me just share my screen for 1 minute, Sherry Ann, is we also help our kids learn how to play well with others. You know, like, how do you be a good friend? Not just how do you get friends, how do you be a good friend? So much more we could cover. And then session 7, when things go wrong with friendships, what goes through your head there? Absolutely.
I make mistakes. I'm sure you make mistakes. My kids make mistakes. we need to know what to do with those mistakes and how to fix them. And so we give a few options here, which is really good. And those options range from fixing things to asking, what do we do? Asking for advice to saying sorry. And saying sorry can be so tricky, but it's so powerful. So we're going to practice that and we're going to learn about that. And then the golden rule is we've got to learn from what happened so that we know that we can do better next time. We also look very brief, look at the playful joking versus actual teasing versus what's just an accident. We didn't mean to do that. And how should I respond? So if I was to say to Michael, oh, I see you've got glasses on today. Is there something wrong with your eyes?
And then when she says that, if she's my friend, then I go, hold on, is she teasing me, or is she just making a comment? Or like, you know, what's the motive there? And then there's a whole range of options that we give your child, such as going, hold on, normally she's nice to me. So if she's nice to me, then I can say to her, are you like having a go at me, or are you just making a comment? And then if I said that to you, what would you say if you're my friend?
Oh, no, I just noticed that you had glasses today and you didn't have them on yesterday.
Yeah. So she's really like back down from that, which is different to if she was teasing me, she would keep teasing me there. And so we teach your child those social formulas. And then that leads on to, by the way, we're covering like that much of the content, but at least you're getting the gist of it.
And we're moving on to bullying, and we're talking about the different things we can do to disarm bullying. Because there are heaps of things. Now, the golden rule with bullying, there are two of them. Number one is it's repeated acts. It's not just an isolated event, it's when it's repeated acts. And rule number two is always write it down. If our kids have the ability to write it down or talk to someone who can write it down for them, then we can look for patterns. But in the moment, particularly when we're looking at verbal bullying, there are lots of things we can be doing. We can have our brave face on. This is when it's okay to mask. We're going to say, we're not going to give our bully anything. We're going to have our mask on and we're going to say, it's all good. Whatever you think, whatever.
Yeah, or
we're
like,
going to walk away confident.
We love that one. In fact, this is one of our favorite things to equip kids with is, let me just show you my screen. When we say mask, we're not teaching your kids how to mask. What we mean is in that moment, they cannot give the bully what the bully wants. And we show them that. Okay. So we use our brave face mask to not give the bully what they want. And then we walk away and then we can lose the plot if we need to. You know, we can get some help and we can just, obviously it was an emotional experience. We're going to feel emotional, but we're not going to give the bully what they want. And find me a child who has autism who has not had sustained and repeated bullying. You know, let's just do a quick demo, Sharon. Can you make fun of my shirt? I'll just show you what we teach your child how to do. Go for it.
That shirt looks ridiculous on you.
Whatever.
So he's just confidently walked away. He's given me absolutely nothing. And from what I know, he doesn't care. He's just going to find someone else to play with.
That's right. Whereas on the inside, I probably like absolutely
Raging.
internally melted down. Yeah. I went over there, I went around the corner and I lost myself, and that's fine because I didn't give the bully what they wanted. So look, long story short, the Bully Guard body armor is so powerful. It's one of the best parts of this course, and it's one of the most needed parts of this course. Let me just share my screen again. By the way, this stuff actually works, you know, like the difference between a child who thinks they're a victim compared to a child who knows that they have tools to handle things when they go wrong. It takes the victimness out and just makes things into events that we can deal with. What else? Let's have a look. Oh, handling change, handling surprise, things not going the way I wanted them to go or the way that the routine says they should go. What should we chat about here, Sharon?
Yeah, look, we're looking at, you know, change happens all around us all the time. What is my physical reaction going to be towards that change? How am I outwardly going to act? Because how I outwardly act is really going to affect what people think of me. So we're going to try really hard to stay cool. We're going to stay calm. And you know what? It's okay if we're confused. We can ask for help.
That's right. Because secret agents, we're calm. When things go wrong, a secret agent is calm and then they go and get some help, or they're calm and they use the strategies that we've equipped them with so they can be calm. Okay. And there's times where things won't work, and that's quite often. But your child over a period of time will learn a range of skills, and then things like handling change. Well, if the routine is that we should be having sport after lunch, and we go after lunch and we find we're not doing sport, we're doing maths, I don't have to get really agitated about that. I can handle it because I can use my oxygen regulator gadget, which is your deep breathing one. I can use my unhelpful thought zapper, which is your reframing sort of, it's not a disaster. It's just, we'll play sport another day. That's okay.
Or my Enviro body scanner.
Or my Enviro body scanner, just to buy me that time before I get too upset. So Sherry-Ann, you and I have been teaching this for hundreds of kids. Parents, what do parents need to know about the parent sessions?
Oh, they're essential. Like they're really, really important. In our parent sessions, we're equipping you. Our goal is to make you feel confident as well as your children. So the more you can give to parent sessions, the better. We know that's not reality for everyone, but if you've got that time, it's really great, because the other thing is you're in a room of probably 10 other parents that get it, and they might have walked the journey that you're walking at the moment, and they might have some really valuable things to say to you. So they're really powerful, those parent sessions, aren't they,
That's
Michael?
right. Yep. And those 10 parents have a couple of leaders who are just walking them through what their child's learning, and how to use that at home. And I guess, guys, Secret Agent Society, it's been going, I don't know, 12 years or something, thousands of kids all over the world. Can't recommend this course enough. It just works. The statistics are that about 85% of kids who do this course are going to have a level of impact where even a year later, they're still socially healthier and more emotionally able to cope, because that's what the statistics are. And it happens because we gamify, we make into a game, your child's a secret agent, the skills that they're already trying to learn at their psych, OT, or speech therapist. This course, it's done all over Australia. Lots of organizations do it. And we always get told there's a huge wait list. It's like our wait list at the moment is about 6 weeks. Okay. So if you need this course for your child with autism, just go to amazingskills.com.au and we would love to help. So anything else we need to say in wrapping up, Sherry-Ann?
It was so good to meet you.
It was on video.
And you know what? We're going to tell our kids how amazing they are every week, and we're going to build them up. That's our goal.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Like the Secret Agent Society is just the curriculum. What our actual goal is to set your child up so they know how to have friends. They know how to be emotionally in control. And so they feel like they're a champion. That's our goal. Thank you.
Awesome.